So let's take a look at the practice setup section. In this section, you will enter all of your office locations in the practice info area. Here we see that there are 4 locations for this practice. iPro is licensed by practitioner, in other words, someone who can write a prescription. If you are the only prescription writer and you happen to have 4 offices, there is no additional charge to add these offices to your database. There is standard office information, clinic hours. There's an ownership section if you wish to keep it. Your practice IDs, tax IDs, and so forth can be kept here. Meaningful use categories to show or hide. Apex username. iPro is fully integrated with Apex EDI. So, and it will track, iPro will track your claims and payments. In the employee section, you'll see a list of all the employees. You can choose to show all of the employees or just by location. From this section, I can click on an employee and I'll see the specifics about that employee. Employment status, I can set a new username for the employee from this page. I can also reset the employee's password. I don't get to choose the employee's password, but I can force the employee to reset it next time he logs on. I can set up the roles for the employee, which is a security issue, which we'll take a look at in a minute. I can also choose accepted insurances. Let me look at the Angelo Eye Center's accepted insurances. I see each check mark here is an accepted insurance, and in the database I'm seeing that there have been a number of vision insurance entered. I can choose one and edit the information related to that insurance provider, or I can add new insurance at this point. Under professional fees and codes, you can maintain your codes and charges for the code. I can choose a code, edit it, or I can add a new code. ICD codes, we maintain both ICD-10 and ICD-9 codes in the system. Here we're showing only I codes. There's about around 3,900 I codes in both ICD-10 and ICD-9. Altogether, if I show all the codes, there's around 82,000 codes in the system. Notifications, I can set up notifications based on a number of criteria. I can say I want to notify Andrew Blankenship for this particular notification, and perhaps it's something like I want a notification if a patient's BMI is over 30 and their blood pressure is greater than 140. And at that point, Andrew would get a notification that this criteria has been met and by which patients. Or I can look for us very specifically, I can look for a specific patient and tie a notification into that patient if I'm monitoring that patient for some reason. I can look for, this patient being assigned various medications. I can look to see if a patient has medication allergies, and base these notifications on a number of criteria. Methods. Here you can maintain your method codes and edit or add new methods. Here we have patient recall settings. You can send a patient an email or text message before a scheduled appointment. Each practice receives an individual SMS text number where you can send and receive texts from your patients. The security section, you can establish the minimum length of passwords, how many upper and lowercase letters you're permitted, numeric characters, special characters, how many days until your password expires, and your idle timeout in minutes. This relates to if the screen is static for that length of time, say 5 minutes, the system will automatically enter private mode, and that will obscure all the data that's displayed and not let you move anywhere else in the program until you unlock the screen. And to unlock the screen, you enter your password again. Permission section shows us the permissions granted to each of your employees. If you wanted to see this in a grid fashion, it's available in a grid fashion as well. CQM measures shows us which CQM measures we monitor. We're currently looking at these 9.